It's quite ironic seeing the dude who is just about to buy Twitter asking everyone to delete their social media profiles immediately. Elon Musk thinks that if everyone wants to take their leave off of Instagram permanently, the world will be a peaceful, much happier place. But that can't be the entire motive behind the billionaire Starlink settlement, right? There are larger forces like AI at play here, so let's take a deep dive into Musk's mind and find out exactly why the tech guru is so adamant about Instagram's free future. Musk bid his Instagram profile a farewell in 21st August 2018 after having acquired an astonishing 8 million followers from all over the world. People were confused as to why the business magnate would deactivate his account when his companies were just starting to turn eyes via posts, stories, and direct messages. On being inquired about his reasons for deleting his account, he tweeted that he just didn't like it, with the pun being definitely indebted. That was just one of the most immeasurable perks of being a billionaire, I guess. You can just simply leave the things you don't like behind and move on with your life. Musk was scrutinized for this statement back then too. People urged him to recognize his insane privilege for being able to act on his instincts without a care in the world. His previous tweet was followed by another on that read, "Instagram is so thirsty, yet it gives you death by water. If you're one of the folks who are trying to make sense of the borderline philosophical tweet, we've got you." Considering that the billionaire posted a link to a Wikipedia article stated about T.S. Eliot's all-time famous book, The Wasteland, we're thinking that this tweet has something to do with one of his poems from the collection. Another important note here is that the deactivation came right after Musk and Alan Banks got into a hot argument over Instagram stories, where the rapper accused Musk's team of confiscating her phone illegally. The billionaire, of course, refuted with the claim and made it clear that he had never anything to do with Mrs. Banks in her professional or personal life. Now, we don't know the exact story behind this feud, but it sure did play a factor in Musk leaving the social media site for good. Alright, let's dive into the part where he appeared on the Joe Rogan podcast and asked his fans to erase their social media footprint. Musk thinks that Instagram promotes the notion of fake life, and he has gotten the point. I mean, how many times have you scrolled through Instagram and thought about how exciting your friends' lives are, while you're just miserably sitting on your couch crumbling on some Pringles? Countless, I say. Musk said that everything seems to be glorified on social media. People mostly post pictures of when they're having a good time, and there's a whole process behind making those pictures look spectacular. Tons of editing, countless hours spent on Photoshop, and hundreds of different filters later, you get the perfect picture. When looking at all these happy, beautiful people, you must think to yourself, man, why does my life suck so much? And that's according to Musk. It's going to take a huge toll on your mental health. He thinks that people behind these overly edited images are actually depressed. Social media masks that part of their lives. It's only showing the good bits to the public. He said that it's impossible to shake these thoughts out of your head, that it's easily, no matter how hard you try. It's human nature to live your life relative to others, and all Instagram does is to bring the aspect of comparison into our daily lives, which is quite bizarre. According to Musk, there's not a single person on this planet who looks that Instagram ready all the time. Dude sure got a point. Even the richest man in the world hasn't got it all sorted out. A slight drop in stock prices is enough to plunge a billionaire into the realm of depression, says Musk. He also added that meaningless addiction scrolling takes up a big chunk of the day. He says that if people part ways from IG, they'd be a lot more and have a lot more time on their hands to do things that matter. All matters aside, we can't deny the fact that the billionaire's racy relations with Facebook CEO might have contributed to him issuing such warnings. They've both got stark differences in their opinions on AI. Zuckerberg thinks that AI doesn't pose a serious threat to humanity, so its development should not be halted. On the contrary, we've always seen Musk label AI as a lethal and extremely dangerous technology. He considers AI to be far worse than nukes, as it can be infiltrating your life from places you can't even fathom. Musk's claims can be cemented by the allegations about Facebook being unable to keep its users' data safe. About 87 million people fell prey to this privacy breach scheme worldwide. Considering these numbers, Musk's warnings didn't seem too far-fetched now, does it? Click one of the 4 videos on the screen right now.